It is a case that transfixed the entire nation for months on end, as the security guard battled it out with the country's Deputy Chief Justice. And that intriguing case, it appears, will go on for some time after the Director of Public Prosecutions announced that his office will prosecute Baraza. A statement from Tobacco's office said, quote, "The DPP has today approved the prosecution of the DCJ in connection with the village market incident," unquote. Tobacco has appointed Dorcas Odwor, the acting deputy DPP, and Alexander Muteti, a principal prosecuting counsel, to prosecute the case. The move has legal implications for Baraza.
If she appeals, the status quo remains, which means she remains under investigation. She remains under suspension pending the decision by the Supreme Court as a result of that appeal. There's not much which will change because, of course, the president now cannot exercise its powers under the Constitution to dismiss or to sack the Deputy Chief Justice.
In January, police had moved to prosecute Baraza and forwarded their files to the DPP, who initially returned the file to the police on grounds that there was no sufficient evidence to sustain a case. But after the tribunal finished its work, the DPP revisited the case and has now given the green light for Baraza's prosecution.
Once she's been charged in court, then since she's not sitting already and she's outside, she remains outside until the criminal proceedings are determined and until the Supreme Court appeal is determined. Either way, she would remain outside.
Security guard Rebecca Kerubo has, through her lawyer, called for the prosecution of Baraza. Even as the DPP's team moves to prosecute Baraza, the suspended Deputy Chief Justice has opted to fight the tribunal's verdict, calling for her removal from office. Citizen TV has learned that Baraza will file a notice of appeal to the tribunal investigating her conduct, which will in turn forward the same to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court will then decide Baraza's fate. Baraza's lawyer Kioko Kilukume says the Deputy CJ opted to use a constitutionally enshrined right to appeal and will only give details and reasons for the same some 30 days after filing the notice of appeal. The details will be contained in a substantive petition giving Baraza's grounds for appeal. The Law Society of Kenya chairman Eric Mutua says that the Constitution has ushered in an era of transparency.
That is why the Judicial Service Commission, the judiciary, they have shown the public that the era of accountability is with us. People must be accountable for their actions.
The fight back by Baraza adds yet another intriguing twist to a story that has so far yielded one powerful lesson to leaders and the led, that under the new constitution, the conduct of public officials must be above board at all times. Abdi Osman, Citizen, live at 9.